Scotland is a country of traditions and customs, but not all of these customs are peaceful. Scotland is a country where violence and fighting is human nature. Some people in Scotland are happy to brandish bagpipes and kilts. Other people in Scotland are happy in riots and wars. This is not a place to celebrate peace. This is a place to celebrate fighting. This is Highland Games. To become a champion, one must have the will and desire to succeed, along with the determination and focus to get to the top of their profession. But becoming a champion and staying a champion are very different things. This story circles the gratification and glory, but also the despair and defeat. We welcome you to this edition of Fighter Spotlight to look at the story of the Highland Games legend. Tonight, we look at the San Francisco trait, Rice Aroni. Rice debuted at Highland Games 4, with a background in wrestling and boxing. He was expected to keep the fight standing and look for a knockout. He did just that. Taking on Vlad Drago, Rice landed a right hook in the second minute to claim his first professional mixed martial arts victory. It was a solid win, but anyone can land a lucky punch. It takes consistency to really gain the attention of the pundits. In his second contest, Aroni would fight undefeated Ernest Faber, a fellow boxer. We knew this one would take place vertically. Faber would quickly secure the clinch, but Aroni remained unfazed. Uppercuts from the San Franciscan dropped Faber and then later finished him. In a repeat performance, Arthur Jawitz attempted the clinch quickly but also succumbed to the devastating right hand. Now with 3 wins and no losses, Aroni had begun building a name for himself and was putting the division on notice. He was within reach of the title, but faced one challenge before getting the opportunity. This came in the form of Jeff Jones. Jeff wanted to get close and grapple, but Rice was having none of it. He was landing punches to the head and body, easily controlling early. Suddenly, Rice came out with a spectacular head kick which dazed Jones. A flurry of shots forced the ref to jump in, securing Aroni's shot at the Highland Games light heavyweight title. His opponent for the championship match was Rodrigo Rojas, a submission artist who had recently won the belt in just 22 seconds. Naturally, Rojas wanted to close the distance and drag it to the floor. Aroni fended off the clinch and was landing cleanly and accurately. At 1 minute, 27 seconds into the fight, Rice Aroni's trademark right hand landed on the champion's chin, forcing him to collapse to the floor. The crowd exploded as Rice Aroni was announced as the new Highland Games champion. This was the pinnacle of success, and Rice had achieved it. Speaking with Rice, he told us what it was like to be handed the belt.
Winning the title meant everything. I started my career with Highland Games with that as a goal, so to accomplish my dream was awesome.
Winning the title was one thing, but remaining on top was another. Hot on his heels was a list of challengers, and at the front was a man named Light Heavyweight. Light Heavyweight had recently been upset by a strong boxer, but outside of the blip he looked like a tremendously talented clinch fighter. It was a heated fight, fueled by verbal exchanges. At the pre-fight press conference, Aroni was very vocal about his dislike of the new challenger.
Looks like it's me and you, Light Heavyweight. Gotta say though, I'm not too impressed. I hope you don't try the elbow and shit on me, cause if you try it you'll wake up with flashlights in your eyes and shit in your pants. It really doesn't matter what you try though, the end result is gonna be the same. Aroni wins by knockout.
Unfortunately, Light Heavyweight did use his elbows, and against the predictions of the champ, they were extremely effective. Light Heavyweight secured the clinch instantly and Aroni was cut in seconds. He did manage to break and get some distance, but was soon caught again, eating elbow after elbow and sporting a mask of his own blood. The referee called the fight in the final minute of the first round. Rice Aroni had lost the fight, and was no longer the champion. He was in complete despair and didn't take the loss well. Grabbing the mic, he blasted his opponent's strategy and vowed to fight him again.
Congratulations to the new champ, Mr. Elbow and Pussy. You may have gotten lucky today, but mark my words, I'm gonna earn a rematch and smash your face in. But until then I'm open to fight anybody. Just gotta give me 16 days to let these stitches heal up and I'm good to go.
The rematch would never happen, and that was the final time Rice Aroni would challenge for the title. Looking back on the loss, Aroni still seems to hold some bitterness towards the stoppage.
It wasn't that bad really. Sure, it sucked to lose the title because of a cut, but honestly other than getting stitches I wasn't even hurt.
While light heavyweight has went on to have a Hall of Fame career, things didn't turn out quite as well for Rice. He would next fight Ludgos Truja, despite winning on the feet. He was taken down and once again stopped in the first round. At this point, things began to get hectic for Rice. He split from his lifelong manager Stormin Norman and signed with Leslie Smith. He would get submitted by Bunadi Pakbahan and then knocked out by Chocolate Mousse. Going from a champion to a 4-fight losing streak was devastating for Rice, and with the island season coming to a close, he seemed defeated. Nonetheless, a strong showing in the tournament, including a win over James Helm, gave us a glimmer of hope, but Rice still felt that he was done. Once he was eliminated from the tournament, he took off his gloves for the last time and retired. Although he didn't retire as a champion, and he didn't retire as a Hall of Famer, Rice Aroni will forever be a part of the Highland Games history. Rice looks back on his career fondly and has no regrets about how it played out.
Overall, my career wasn't too bad. I had 0 ground game, so anytime I fought a grappler, it was a huge gamble that didn't always pay off. Not many people can say they were champions, so overall I am proud of my accomplishments.
Rice Aroni is a legend, and we are honoured to say that he was a part of our organisation. From all of us here at Highland Games, we thank you. Rice Aroni.